Everyone, it is the holidays, and you're probably wondering, what can I get my restaurant leadership pals to make their life wonderful? Or if it's not restaurant leadership, it's agency leadership. Either way, your business friends could benefit from a number of books that are written by friends of mine or folks I know. So I wanted to highlight them really quick. Before I do, self-promote, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and tell your friends. We really want to blow this up, and the more people that follow us, the better it's going to be, and the more information that can get out there. So I appreciate it. That would be your Christmas present or holiday present to yours truly. Thanks so much. So let's dive in no particular order. Cutting Onions from my buddy, Bobby Shaw. This book is absolutely fantastic. It's about how to lead in a high-paced restaurant scene. It's chock full of firsthand experiences. It's a great accompaniment to him and Miles's podcast, the Cutting Onions podcast. You absolutely have to pick this up. It's so good. Shift Happens. You knew this one was happening. My buddy Monty Silva, he has been writing about all things restaurant strategy for years now. He's an absolute brilliant man, full of information, and this book is just chock full of it. Some great photos in there, great content. You absolutely have to read 7 proven strategies to help your restaurant crush the new economy. Well worth the read. Third, Matt Plapp drops some truth in this tiny but powerful tome, Restaurant Marketing That Works, Before, During, and After the Pandemic. Look, this is a real simple read. You can hit this on your way to one of the trade shows easily and just highlight the heck out of this thing. There's so much great information and ideas in here. Another friend of mine is Chip Close, The Restaurant Marketing Mindset. This came out, I think, last year, and it is an absolute brilliant book. Not too thick, easy to digest. If you are a single or small multi-unit restaurant brand, this is a must-have. It is an absolute amazing playbook from a guy that just keeps on giving all the brilliant ideas and strategies out there. He's been in the trenches for a while. He knows what he's talking about. And hey, look, I added a little something on the back there. I had the pleasure of reading this before it went out, and it is just absolutely brilliant. You have to grab it. Staying in the restaurant vein, little bit of self-promo. I am apologizing now, but The Bull-Hearted Brand. This was written to help every restaurant brand leader get ahead, charge ahead of the herd with brilliant ideas that are strategy-backed. This should change your way of thinking about brand strategy and how to build fresh restaurant brands, whether it's in a hotel, whether it's a new up-and-coming multi-unit ready to take over the nation and beyond. This is chock full of information from my own firsthand and secondhand experiences. It's absolutely wonderful, if I do say so myself, and I do. To go with that, to dive deeper, is Mass Behaving. I launched it this year. This is a great book to dive into how to use brand archetypes effectively. There's so much misinformation out there about how to use brand archetypes. And when you use them wrong, you miss all the power that they have to drive behavioral change, which is what we're all trying to do. We want people to buy from our restaurants. We want people to become loyal. That starts by understanding what drives them on a psychological level. This book, not too thick, easy to digest, lays out what brand archetypes are, each one of them, and how to use them and apply them for brand and marketing strategies. Please pick it up. I would love your reviews if you already have it. Diving deeper more into the agency world, Small by Design from my boss and my friend, David Feldman. This book is great for restaurants. It's great for agencies and really any business. Why do you have to be big in order to be successful? The Small by Design mindset and attitude is absolutely everything. And this book is highlighted to all heck because I read it and it was just absolutely fantastic. And this is before I worked with and for David. One of our friends as well is Jared Belsky. He's written 2 books. You have to absolutely pick it up. Great client partner, and you get the agency that you deserve. So any of you restaurant leaders out there that are hiring and working with agencies and you're wondering why you're not getting what you want, 1, you're probably not working with the right one. But 2, are you really equipping them with the best tools to actually produce what you need and want? It's a big question. Jared helps you answer those and those questions in these 2 great books. This one's a little thinner. Maybe start there if you're not too sure. This one goes a bit more in depth. absolutely great books to read. I highly suggest you get your hands on them. Back to restaurant leadership or just leadership in general, my friend Jason Brooks, Every Leader Needs Followers, Never Lead Alone Again. Jason gave this to me with a nice little inscription at the last QSR Evolution conference. It's a fantastic book. It's easy to read as well when you're on your way to one of these trade shows. I suggest picking it up. He goes over 10 keys to transform restaurant managers and hospitality leaders. I honestly think there's a lot to take away from this in other industries as well. Well worth the read. And then finally, this is a bit of a ringer and a bit nerdy, but I have been a big fan of the agency 100 Monkeys. They are a naming agency. So Eli Altman, I've had him on some podcasts before. Absolutely brilliant guy when it comes to naming. And so if you want to nerd into naming, not just brands, but products and services, this is the book to read. It's called Don't Call It That. I absolutely live and die by this. This guy has completely laid it down on what makes a good name, what makes a bad name, and how to get the in between. And it's also very easy to use as a workbook. Again, I just cannot stress enough how worth it is to read and live by this book if you are in the world of marketing and naming everything. So, by no means are those the only books you should get this year, but there are some of my top ones from people I consider friends and colleagues, people who I respect in general. There are, of course, so many more books out there, but I think The Gift of Knowledge is one that you can never, ever, ever be ashamed of giving and never, never, never hate getting. So please give The Gift of Knowledge. Buy these books, buy any book that you think is valuable, and gift them to your friends and colleagues, and pat yourself on the back for doing so, especially if you get the Bullhearted Brand Investment. Hey, you gotta love it, right? So, as always, I would love your thoughts. Put in the comments books that you suggest people read or gifts to others. I would love to see your traction on that because I'm always open to reading new information and just fueling my ideas in general. This holiday season, I look forward to seeing those suggestions. As always, cheers.